In the 21st century, a handful of companies have reshaped our world, altering the way we live, work, and connect. Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and Tesla, each a titan in its own right, driving innovation and amassing unprecedented power. From revolutionary products to controversial practices and the challenges they face as they continue to define the future of technology and humanity. Are they innovators or monopolists, visionaries or disruptors? To find out, let us journey through the forces that are shaping our digital age. To truly grasp the impact and scale of Amazon, we need to explore its origins and the vision that propelled it from a small online bookstore to a global titan in e-commerce, technology, and logistics. From its early days, Amazon revolutionized how people shop, delivering unparalleled convenience and reshaping entire industries along the way. Its innovations in everything from supply chain management to cloud computing have made it a cornerstone of the digital economy. But behind this transformative company is the visionary who started it all, Jeff Bezos, whose bold ambition laid the foundation for what would become one of the most influential companies in the world. Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, to a teenage mother, Jacqueline, and his biological father, Ted Jorgensen. When he was born, his mother was just 17 and still in high school. His 18-year-old father didn't have much money and had alcohol issues. The Jorgensens were married less than a year before Jacqueline left, taking their infant son with her. When Bezos was 4 years old, his mother remarried Miguel Bezos, a Cuban refugee who fled an oppressive regime and who didn't speak a word of English when he first arrived a few months back. But with a strong work ethic and determination in life, he worked his way to University of Albuquerque to obtain a degree in mechanical engineering, which led him to get a job later on at Exxon as an engineer. Miguel decided to adopt Jeff after the wedding and took the responsibility to raise him. His surname was then changed to Bezos. The family then moved to Houston, Texas, where Jeff spent most of his childhood. Much of Jeff Bezos' drive and ambition likely came from his new father. He has been a constant inspiration for him. Jeff was a gifted child. It has been said that at the age of only 3, tired of sleeping in a crib, he found a screwdriver and took the crib apart. He then moved to Miami with his family as a teenager, where he attended Palmetto High School. He was a brilliant student, got straight A's, and was valedictorian of his class. Bezos showed early signs of technical proficiencies. He quickly developed a passion for computers and excelled at creating software programs. As an avid young innovator, he turned his parents' garage into a laboratory and experimented around his house as a child. Young Jeff was always inventing something. Once, he invented a solar microwave and even a door buzzer to keep his siblings out of his room. It was during high school that he started his first business, the Dream Institute, an educational summer camp that promoted creative thinking for young students. After graduating with honors from high school, he briefly turned to physics before committing to his love for computers. And he graduated from Princeton University in 1986 with a high distinction in electrical engineering and computer science. Bezos' childhood may have contributed to his obsession with success, and maybe it helped him create that drive and ambition, and a relentless need to prove himself. Being adopted is something that Bezos shares with 2 other great internet entrepreneurs, Steve Jobs and Larry Ellison. After his graduation at Princeton, he took on various jobs which helped him develop his entrepreneurial spirit even more. At 28, Bezos was working for the investment firm D.E. Shaw in Wall Street, Manhattan as a computer specialist. He soon became the firm's youngest senior vice president. There, he met novelist Mackenzie Tuttle, who was a research associate at the firm. She soon became his wife, as the couple married a year later. They would have 4 children, 3 sons, and a daughter they adopted from China. During the rise of the internet in the 1990s, Bezos noticed that it was growing at an incredible rate. More than 2,300% a year. And he saw its enormous potential. He had never seen anything that grew that fast. This sparked his imagination, and he embarked on the entrepreneurial path. His first steps were to research the top 20 mail-order companies at the time. Observing that something was missing, he saw an opportunity on the horizon. He decided that an online company could offer this missing service. And what was the first best product to sell online? Books. Indeed, there were no book mail order companies yet. In 1994, having had always been an avid reader, Bezos decided to establish an online bookstore. Against his parents' and even his boss's advice to reconsider, he left his job at D.E. Shaw to start his own company at 30 and decided to leave New York. At this time, Bill Gates was already dominating the world of personal computers with Microsoft from his hometown of Seattle. Bezos decided to move there with his wife, seeing as there was plenty of tech talent around. He saw it as a place of opportunity and new beginnings. He was aware that most startups don't work, and wasn't confident and sure of what would happen. People were saying that the company would never be profitable. But Bezos decided to take the leap anyway. His parents also ended up to support his decision and invested what they had saved for retirement in their son's venture. It was later amply rewarded. After writing his business plan on a cross-country road trip from New York City to Seattle, Bezos and his wife settled in their new home in Bellevue. And their new home became his office. He began developing the software for the site in his garage with a handful of employees. There was not much investment in the beginning, and Bezos would drive the packages to the post office himself. He even had his desks made from doors to save money. This was one of his main principles: frugality. We try not to spend money on things that don't matter to customers. On July 6, 1995, a few months later after moving, the startup sold its first book, and Bezos' new business was launched. Amazon. Named after the South American biggest river in the world. And it started in a garage. With financial and moral support from family and friends, they started shipping more books. Sales took off immediately. By 1996, the company reached $15.7 million in sales. Within the first few days, I knew this was going to be huge, Bezos told Time magazine. It was obvious that we were on to something much bigger than we ever dared to hope. In 1997, 3 years after it was founded, Amazon went public with an IPO of $18 per share. After raising $54 million, Bezos became a millionaire. At the end of trading day on February 2020, shares closed at more than $2,000 each, making such an investment at his IPO worth more than £12 million as of May 2020. In other words, if you invested in Amazon in its early days, you too would have been a millionaire today. He had warned many early investors that there was a 70% chance that Amazon would fail or go bankrupt. But the employees worked hard, and Bezos even harder to drive them. The company grew fast into a large worldwide business. Bezos later claimed Amazon as Earth's biggest bookstore. Although Amazon was originally an online bookstore, Bezos had always planned to expand to other products. In 1998, it started selling music and videos. One day, he emailed randomly 1,000 selected customers to see what else they would want to buy from the online retailer. Unsurprisingly, the list came back incredibly long. The now self-made billionaire recalled one person writing back, "Windshield wiper blades, because I really need windshield wiper blades." He then realized he could sell anything this way. Thanks to an email to 1,000 random people, Amazon turned into the everything store the following year. It also began selling a variety of other goods, including consumer electronics, home improvement items, software, games, and toys. In other words, anything and everything the customers might need and want. He understood consumer behavior and noticed that people were very convenience motivated. In 1999, Bezos became a billionaire at 35. At the height of his career, Time magazine named him its Person of the Year for 1999, proclaiming him king of cyber commerce. The success of Amazon encouraged other retailers, including major book chains, to establish online stores. He set the trend for the future. Nowadays, if you don't have a business online, you don't have a business. By the end of 1999, Amazon had become a multi-billion-dollar corporation after expanding and setting up operations in Europe.
With less than 3 weeks until Christmas, most of us will be braving the crowds in the coming days in the search for presents. But Christmas shopping doesn't have to be so traumatic. This year, more people than ever will buy their gifts without moving from their seats. But how easy is internet shopping? I tested the system by ordering a book from the online bookseller Amazon. Within minutes of placing my order at my desk, it's being printed out at Amazon's warehouse in Berkshire. A packer then finds the book from the company's stockroom, and just a few hours after the order is placed, the book is dispatched and on its way. The next day, it arrived here at the office.
This is really an educational process. This is something new, it's revolutionary, it's something that people are not used to. But the growth in the market that we've identified shows that they're quickly learning, and it's becoming increasingly important as part of retailing.
Growth of sales on the internet are set to explode in the next 5 years.
There's already a great deal of price competition among conventional retailers. This year, they'll be looking over their shoulders at their rivals on the virtual shopping mall.
Well, I think what you're starting to see is some real differentiation between internet companies that are trying to build lasting companies, and I certainly consider Amazon.com one of those, and companies that were trying to build stocks, trying to ride the momentum of the internet. And so one of the things that you see, for example, is a lot of internet companies now raising prices, realizing that the things they were doing before just weren't sustainable. At Amazon, we're actually lowering prices. We just reviewed our top 1,000 best-selling electronics and actually decided our prices were too high. We're lowering those. So we're actually doing the opposite. And I think you're going to see a lot of differentiation there. Companies like Amazon.com working to build important, lasting companies, not sort of flash-in-the-pan internet stock.
By 2005, Amazon was offering a vast range of products, and it diversified even further in 2006 by introducing Amazon Web Services, a cloud computer service that eventually became the largest such service in the world. That same year, it revealed a revolutionary new program, Amazon Prime, which offered customers to have the product delivered to their door in 2 days, and later one day for a yearly fee. It has become the most successful membership program in history. More than 150 million users would sign up for free shipping. In 2007, Amazon launched a new groundbreaking product, the Kindle, a digital book reader with internet connection that allowed them to sell books online and enabled customers to buy, download, read, and store a vast selection of books on demand.
The technology means authors like Sophie Nichols can circulate their work without a publisher. One of her ebooks became a bestseller.
I've been able to put a book together, get it edited and proofread myself, put it out there literally with the click of a few buttons. It's so simple to do, and start connecting with readers. So I'm connecting with thousands of readers. It's so exciting. From a revenue point of view,
There'll be those who'll say it will never really catch on. All the evidence points to the fact that it already has.
After revolutionizing the way we buy books, he transformed the way we read them as well. The first major challenge to the Kindle supremacy was when Apple introduced its iPad tablet. But Bezos responded aggressively, cutting the price and adding new features. From 2002 to 2007, his net worth quadrupled to $8.7 billion. After the financial crisis of 2008, his net worth decreased, but it rose again in 2010. In 2010, Amazon announced that sales of Kindle books had surpassed those of hardcover books. That same year, Amazon moved into making its own television shows and movies with its Amazon Studios division. From 1995 to 2018, Amazon net sales increased from $510,000 to almost $233 billion. In early 2013, an originally secret deal sent ripples through the tech industry. The CIA signed a huge $600 million contract with Amazon Web Services for cloud computing. This encouraged trust in Bezos. If one of the world's largest intelligence services trusted Amazon, then others could trust it too. In fact, it became one of the most trusted brands in the world. Get big fast was Bezos' mantra that he developed to push Amazon forward. And big fast it got. In fact, critics say that Amazon, much like Google and Facebook, has grown too large and powerful to be trusted. Because of its enormous scale, it became increasingly on the radar of politicians and regulators. From how it operates its power to even its impact on the environment, it is under scrutiny. In March 2018, Bezos was accused by former US President Donald Trump of sales tax avoidance, misusing postal routes, and anti-competitive practices. Amazon's share price fell by 9% in response to the president's negative comments. Bezos has earned a reputation for his aggressive business strategies, with little concern for public charity and social welfare. But for him, this is what it takes to have a successful business. Bezos' mysterious persona have drawn controversy and public attention. In May 2014, the International Trade Union Confederation named him the world's worst boss. Supervillain in the eyes of many, he became a symbolically dominant business figure in modern society. However, he continues to look beyond it all and has grasped the idea that not all big companies are loved. In April 2018, another scandal broke out. The nonprofit group New Food Economy revealed that Amazon was underpaying and exploiting its employees. They found that 1/3 of Amazon workers in Arizona and 1/10 of Amazon workers in Pennsylvania and Ohio relied on food stamps. Criticisms continued in September 2018, when Senator Bernie Sanders also went after the retail giant and attacked Amazon on the way it treats its workers and is not paying enough. Referring to Bezos' Blue Origin company, Bernie said, "Instead of attempting to explore Mars or go to the moon, how about Jeff Bezos pays his workers a living wage?" In response, Amazon pointed to the 130,000 jobs it created in 2017 and said it's the calculation of its median salary included part-time workers. However, on October 2nd, 2018, Bezos announced a company-wide wage increase, which Sanders applauded. It is clear that Bezos has built an empire, but at what cost? On January 7, 2021, with his wealth growing at an unprecedented rate, Tesla CEO Elon Musk overtook Bezos as the world's richest person. Seeing that he had done all he could for Amazon and that he had brought it to where it is today, Bezos announced on February 2, 2021, that he would step down as the CEO of Amazon sometime in late 2021 and transition into the role of executive chairman. He is due to be replaced by Andy Jassy, the chief of Amazon's cloud computing division. Bezos has told his employees that this transition would give him the time and energy to focus on the Day One Fund, the Bezos Earth Fund, Blue Origin, the Washington Post, and his other passions. Bezos' empire now stretches far and wide. Amazon bought Whole Foods in 2017 and also owns companies like Zappos and Twitch. He has also invested in companies like Google, Twitter, Uber, among many others. Jeff Bezos is brilliant, but controversial. However, he has not been afraid of failure, and he encourages people to be bold. What didn't fail him was his perseverance and patience. The empire he built wasn't made in one day. It took Amazon 26 years to get to where it is today. After investing in huge new areas like Amazon Prime, Amazon Web Services, and, most recently, the Alexa, its AI virtual assistant, it continues to improve and innovate constantly. Jeff Bezos is an e-commerce pioneer. Money isn't what drives him, but passion and a need to make the world better. His successful business ventures have made him one of the richest people in the world. Amazon was developed on the principle of customer obsession as opposed to competitor obsession, and with a focus on growth and long-term vision over net income. Today, with over 1 million employees all around the world, Amazon also sells millions of different products, from toilet paper to groceries to electronics, fashion, and furniture. Bezos declared, "I took the less safe path to follow my passion, and I am proud of that choice." By combining optimism, motivation, and grand visions, he has become a legend of the tech industry. From a little boy experimenting in his parents' garage and son of a teen mom, to risk-taking and visionary tech titan, he is the example of modern society's self-made billionaires. He has said that one of the great gifts in his life was his mother and father, and how they had been incredible role models for him. He is proud of his mother for all the sacrifices she made for herself and her family. He thanked her in a tweet on Mother's Day 2017. "I won the lottery with my mom. Thanks for literally everything, Mom." From him, we learned that the simplest ideas are worth trying. As Bezos has shown, you can take a simple idea and turn it into something bigger. Amazon has defied the odds. After an extraordinary growth in size, influence, and ambition, the multi-billion-dollar empire revolutionized the industry. Jeff Bezos' success journey is inspiring. This was the story of a young, ambitious man who forever changed the way we buy just about everything. By growing a tiny business from his home garage into one of the world's most successful and influential company in modern history.